What's going on, guys? Nick Wood here. Guys, let's talk about sales. I've been doing sales in one form or another for almost 10 years, and I'm here to tell you that not all sales are created equally. Now, I believe that the sales process is the same no matter what you're selling, and you always have to eliminate objections, as I like to say. I don't like to use the word overcome. There's a lot of things that are the same no matter what you're selling, but they are not all created equally. And I, for the longest time, wore this badge on my chest that door-to-door sales was the hardest thing to do. Period, end of story. There's nothing that compares, and no one else knows how to sell as good as me because I'm a door-to-door salesman, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm here to tell you that I believe selling and closing and making money selling digital products and services is actually harder than door knocking. Now, I didn't say bolder. I didn't say it doesn't take more guts to do door knocking, because I bet you I could convince you a lot easier to jump on a Zoom call with somebody that's in a different state or jump on the phone than to go knock on someone's door. Yes. So making the actual action itself of door knocking is more bold, is harder, but getting the deal, once you do the door knock, and you get in the house and you're explaining things in person, it's actually an easier sale because the trust is there and that you're a real human that's in the flesh, and a lot of times it's a tangible product and something that you can hold and see, and you're wearing the company uniform. When you're selling digital products and services, it is an absolute different beast. And guys, I thought in the beginning, when I started this business, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. I'm just gonna go to all my friends that are in door-to-door sales, and I'm gonna hire all of them, and they're awesome. They're these savages because they've sold door-to-door, so they're gonna be great. And guys, the first few people that I had come try to help me, I thought it would be just easy to take them from door to door because they've experienced the hardest thing ever, and say, hey, just start doing this. It's all online. All you have to do is sit in your little computer chair and you could just close deals. And what I found out really quickly, doing it myself, is that my skill and my closing percentage on the doors, if you will, did not directly translate to online. It's not the same. It's completely different. You have to overcome all the objections are the same, but there's some objections that are harder to overcome in door to door that are not as hard to overcome in digital, and there's some in digital that are much harder to overcome than in door to door. Okay, so I want to just talk about that really, really quick for those that are getting into this. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you can't close deals, and if you're somebody who has no sales experience, going, oh, there we go, I can't do deals because I don't have sales experience. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that with digital, you have to be strategic. With digital, it is imperative, absolutely imperative, that you give results in advance. If you think you're gonna cold call your way into a deal and just randomly reach out to somebody and get them to say yes, eventually, if you call enough people, yes, you probably will. But if you think you can sustain that, if you think you can build a business on the back of that model, it's just not gonna happen, okay? So my whole point with this video, guys, is this. Hats off to every single one of you that's on this right now that is selling digital products and services. It is not easy. It's not that uncomfortable though, because we don't have to go to the house, so we don't have to have that boldness. But actually getting a credit card over the phone for a service or product that is intangible is hard. It's a digital thing, right? It's something that they can't touch, they can't feel it. It is a digital service or a digital product. And so it is imperative that you guys have to know this. If you are not already selling using the leads in advance strategy, meaning giving results in advance, sending a business owner 2, 3, 4 jobs before you guys talk shop, before you guys talk price, before you guys talk contract, before you guys talk working together, you're wasting your time. And it is going to be very, very difficult to do. Now, when I was doing door-to-door sales, I didn't give you anything advanced. I didn't let you taste, touch, smell my product because I didn't have to. I just had to be bold and courageous and go knock on the door and deliver a good pitch. But once I got in the house, game over, right? This is different. This is very different. We are selling something intangible. We have got to be strategic. We have got to use this process, but here's the good news. If you use this process, if you use the leads in advance, the results in advance strategy, it will do most of the selling for you. This is a much more technical sale, if you will, than selling something door to door, selling window washing door to door, selling home security door to door, selling pest control door to door. it is more technical. You have to know what you're selling. You have to be able to answer certain questions. You have to do things in a certain order, and you have to bring things up in a certain way, because it's a lot easier for somebody to end a Zoom call or a phone call or pretend that their phone died than it is to kick you out of their house. Guys, hats off to every single person on this call that's getting into digital real estate, that's in digital real estate, especially if you've already landed your first deal. Closing digital deals is a lot more difficult. It takes a lot more technicality, if you will, than door knocking. And it is interesting that I have come to a place and a point where I'm actually saying that, because for the longest time I was like, nah, this is easy. Now, again, comfort-wise, it is way less pressure and stress to sell digital. No questions asked. No question. No one can punch you in the face. Nobody can spit on you. No one can pull a gun on you. So that's different and that's easier. But the actual close, you have to know what you're doing. You have to have a sales process. Guys, if you are somebody who does not know your sales process, you don't know that if I get a lead today, this is my next step. And then once I send that lead, here to my next step. And then once that happens, here's how many days go before I do the Zoom call, or not even how many days, but how many leads I do. And then this, and then this. If you don't know that sales process, you are losing deals and losing deals and losing deals. Be somebody that's scripted. Be somebody that has a sales process. I know every step of my process, backwards, frontwards, sideways, upside down. I know exactly what to do, when to do it, what to say if they say this, what to say if they don't say this. Guys, master the sale of digital products, digital services. If you do this, this will pay dividends. And guys, if you can master this, you can hire people for days and days and days and days that will do the back end, the tech. That's easy. Learn how to sell it, and you will always be able to eat.